Okay, Padre fans and baseball fans alike, we are officially 20. We're 24 hours away from the trade deadline, and so far we have not heard a single move made by the San Diego Padres, by our beloved San Diego Padres in this trade deadline. And after the performance last night from Blake Snell, is Snell off the table as far as the trade goes? Because for a while, for a little bit there, Blake Snell and both Josh Hader were considered trade pieces, and also Juan Soto. Now, as we know, we have control of Soto. Soto actually is controllable for another year until 2024. So, question then becomes: does it behoove the San Diego Padres to trade for Soto? Not to trade for Soto, to trade Soto, to trade Snell, and to trade Hader to try and get a better bat? What do we do with Grisham? What do we do with Nola? Nola's just kind of sitting around doing nothing. Do we move Nola? Do we move Grisham? I mean, what do we do? What do we do? Do we move? Do we try and move these pieces? Or do we stay status quo after sweeping the Rangers? Do we stay status quo, and do we I mean, what do we do? Do we stay status quo? Or do we try and move pieces around? What do we do? What do we do with Nola? Like I said, what do we do with Nola? What do we do with Grisham? What do we do with Pomeranz? Drew Pomeranz, who continues to have setback after 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 setback. So, my question then is, do we see what we can get cash-wise for Drew Pomeranz? Do we try and get a few prospects, which is what I would try to do? I would try and get a few prospects for Pomeranz. I would not try and get another MLB ready player, because we need to build that farm system. So if you can offload Pomeranz's contract and get some cash maybe, and get some minor leaguers that will help the team, that we can build out our farm system again, which is what we need to do, because we obviously depleted that farm system when we got Soto. So there's a lot of questions for the Padres. lot of questions going into this trade deadline as we're 24 hours away. You know, Grisham's not doing great. Grisham is not batting well. I mean, he's batting under 200, I think. And, you know, as great as the guy is, as great as Grisham is, you know, Grisham's, I mean, he's got to go. You know, in my opinion. I mean, what do you guys think? You know, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about trying to trade Grisham, Nola, Pomeranz, and maybe another a minor leaguer or something. I'm not keen on getting rid of Ha-Seong Kim. I would tell you that. I'm not keen on getting rid of Ha-Seong Kim because he's been in trade talks. And you know, Kim's been in trade talks. The Padres have been listening to ideas for trades for Juan Soto. Do not trade Soto. Do not trade Juan Soto. Whatever you do, Padres fans, we cannot lose Juan Soto. I am of the opinion we keep that core four together. That core four being Soto, Machado, Tatis, and Bogarts. We keep those four together. We keep those four guys together. You have to keep them together. You have to keep. If I think if you want to build, you build around these guys. These guys are young. They're young enough that you can build a nucleus around them. But you have to. First you have to build out your farm system. Again, we have to do that, obviously. But who do we get? As we know, you know, speaking of the trade deadline, as we already know, Scherzer has already been moved. That was a big deal. Max Scherzer is now on the Texas Rangers. The Texas Rangers are making moves. The Texas Rangers are doing things. The Texas Rangers are wanting to win now. You know, they're wanting to win, and they're making said moves too. When now, granted, they probably also had to make this move because DeGrom is done for the year. Again, as we know, DeGrom is injury prone. He continues to get hurt, continues to get injured. And making this move for Max Scherzer is absolutely a great deal for the Rangers. But I'm not here to talk about the Rangers. We're here to talk about the Padres. So what do the Padres do? The Padres need pitching. They need a little more pitching. They need something to get them over the top. We're 5 games back of the wild card. We're 52 and 54 right now. We sit before tonight's game. Before the game tonight against I can't remember who we're playing tonight. I don't have the schedule in front of me. My apologies. But going into tonight's game, we are 52 and 54. So we sit 5 games back of the wild card. Now we're making progress. We're 8 games out of first, 5 back of the wild card. We're making progress. Now we need to continue this momentum, but at the same time, I think we also need to make a move or two in the trade deadline. I don't think we can sit static and just sit on our hands and AJ do nothing with this in the trade deadline. I don't think AJ can't not do anything in the trade deadline. I think he's got to make a move or two Now, we know that he is also known for last-minute moves, making big moves at the last minute. Now, he's also known on the flip side for not making any moves, for sitting on his hands and not doing anything and staying status quo. But I think if we want to get into the playoffs, if we want to get that last wild card spot, we have the team to get there. We have the team to do it. But we've got to make these little tweaks. We just got to make a few little tweaks here. I think if we can get, like I said, we need to trade Grisham. We can trade Pomeranz. We can trade Nola. We can trade those three for somebody good. Now, my son suggested that we try and get Franmil Reyes. And the other day I was looking at Franmil's stats. Franmil sucks right now. I'll be frank. Franmil is sucking right now. And so I don't think that would not be a good fit. I don't know what Manny Margot's doing. I don't think that would be a good fit either. It would be nice to have some of these old Padres come back, but I just don't think they don't fit this version of the San Diego Padres. They don't fit this version of our team. So, that being said, I honestly don't know what AJ is going to do in the trade deadline. I don't know what he's going to look for, but I think we definitely need to have an upgrade at left field. Or center field, excuse me. We need to have an upgrade in center field. I firmly believe that we need to have an upgrade there at center field. As much as I love Trent, he's a good dude. His defense is incredible. He's great defensively. But offensively, he's not the greatest, okay? He's not hitting well offensively right now, and that is the key. That's the thing. He needs to hit, and he's not hitting. So, that being said, what do we do? What do we do in the trade deadline? And this question has been posed, numerous times over the week. What are the Padres going to do? 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 I honestly don't know what we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to do. AJ has not made any moves yet. But I'm not counting AJ out. I'm counting on he's obviously going to do one of two things. He's either going to sit on his hands and do nothing in the trade deadline, and we're going to keep who we have, or he's going to make some type of move. Does that involve Grisham? Does that involve Nola? Does that involve, Pomeranz? Does that, what does that involve? Okay? What does that involve? Does that involve, what is the team willing to offer? And like I said, we need to get some minor league talent. We need to start building up our farm system again, because that was depleted when we got Soto. And we need to start building that farm system back up. But at the same time, our farm system, we need to do better at grooming talent to be these minor leaguers to be major league ready. Because you look at the Dodgers, how many of their guys are major league ready by the time they get to, actually by the time they get to AAA, by the time they get to AAA, some of them AA, they're major league ready. They could be inserted into that lineup and produce. and contribute. Us, on the other hand, it's real iffy. That we have a pool of talent, a pool of minor leaguers that are major league ready. We have a few, but we need to have a pool of major league ready minor leaguers in our farm system that we can bring up that can contribute instantly to our lineup. So I apologize, I keep staring at my phone. Like I said, we're 24 hours away from this trade deadline, and anything can happen here. Anything can happen in the next 24 hours as we approach the trade deadline. Anything can happen. So here we sit, 24 hours away from the trade deadline, and like I said earlier, we have not heard a peep from the Padres. Dodgers have made moves. Rangers have made a huge move. So in the National League West, as far as I've seen, the Dodgers are the only ones that have made a move or two. I don't know what the Padres are going to do. I don't know I can't get in AJ's head. I don't know. I obviously don't know the guy, so I don't know what he's thinking. I don't know who he's on the phone with. I don't know what kind of deal he's trying to work out. I don't know. But what I do know is that from the outside looking in, what I do know is that we do need to make a move. Like I said, does that be it Grisham, Nola, Pomeranz? So I don't know what AJ is going to do. I don't know. But we definitely have got to make a move. We've got to make a move. So, that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Ring the bell for notifications. Leave your comments in the comment section down below, guys. Let me know some potential trade pieces that you guys would be willing to part with and who you would be willing to pick up. Would you be willing to part with Grisham, Nola, and Pomeranz, or somebody else, or would you just be willing to part with Grisham and Nola and keep a two-man catching crew? I say keep a two-man catching crew because Sanchez did it again. Sanchez went yard again, folks. He has got new life since coming to the Padres. I'm going to tell you that right now. He has got new life coming to the Padres, and he has put new life into these starting pitchers. It's incredible. It's incredible what Gary Sanchez has done since coming to the Padres. It's been awesome. He's contributed. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give me your guys' trade proposals. Who are you guys willing to part with, and who are you willing to trade? And in the trade deadline, who will you trade if you were AJ Preller? Who would you trade in this upcoming trade deadline, which is 24 hours away? Are you going to part? Will you be willing to part with Grisham? Would you be willing to part with Nola? Would you be willing to part with Pomeranz? Or somebody else? A Hassan Kim. Hassan Kim's name has been thrown around. Are you willing to part with Hassan Kim? You know, so who are you guys willing to part with, and who would you be willing to get? Let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys ring that bell for notifications, and make sure you guys share, subscribe, all that good stuff, guys. Help me get to 500 and beyond subscribers, guys. I want to get to 500, guys. Alright? I want to get to 1,000 subs. Would be even better on this channel, guys. Help me get to 1,000 subs, guys. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, guys. Thanks for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. And let's go Padres.